Good morning, my dear children. I welcome all of you to this video session. And in this module, we are going to discuss about the third chapter in statistics named Organization of Data. And in our previous modules, we have discussed about how to organize the data given. In this module, we will discuss about the frequency distribution. How to organize a frequency distribution table when the data is given. Before that, let me tell you, the given data can be divided into two: group data and ungrouped data. Ungrouped data means the data that has not been organized into groups, and such data are called as raw data. Once again, if the data given is not organized into groups, we can call such data as raw data. Whereas grouped data means the data that has been organized into groups, or what the data is given, we have to find what its frequency, and we have to form the column, and we have to find how many times each values repeats, and we have to form the frequencies of such data. That is actually frequency distribution. Creating a categorical ungrouped frequency distribution. So here are the few steps to form a frequency distribution table. First, what we have to do, we have to form a 2-column table, or if tallies are also included, we have to form a 3-column table. And in the 3-column, what we have to include as column heads, we have to give the class, frequency and tally. Children, once again I will explain. We have to form a 3-column table, and as a column heads we have to give class, frequency and tally. And what we have to do, what is actually tally means? Tally marks. You would have studied in your earlier classes also about the tally marks. Tally means actually the total values of the data, and we have to place the particular values in each column, and at last we have to count the tallies of each particular values and place the results in the frequency column. So these are the steps to form a frequency distribution table. Here is an example given for a such table. Here below is the marks of 35 students in English test. That is out of 10. That is total, it is out of 10. So what we have to do for this? We have to arrange these marks in tabular form using the tally marks. And here we can see the various values. That is, it can range from the minimum number 1 to what? The maximum number 10. Here we can see the various values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the various values, that is, which ranges from the minimum to the maximum values. And here we can see the column heads, that is, the first one is marks, the second one is frequency, and the third one is tally marks. Right? The first column, they have included the values of the data. First we have to find, if the values are given, we have to find the minimum and the maximum values. So in our example, the minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 10. Right? So we have to form, according to that minimum and maximum values, we have to form what? A column. And in the next column, it's frequencies. What is the meaning of frequencies? That means a particular value, how many times it repeats in a data. It is called its frequency. Once again I will explain. That is the marks, how many times it repeats in our data. It is called its frequency. So here we can see the value number 1 repeats only 1 time. And the values 2 repeats 4 times in our raw data. Then the value 3 repeats how many times? 2 times. You can see that, you can count and see in this data. So like this, yes, the various values, how many times it repeats, it is given in the frequency table. And if we calculate the total number, how many numbers are here, we can see it is, how many numbers are here? 35. Yes, we can see 35 students marks are given. So how many numbers will be there? 35 number will be there. So that is the total value, that is 35. And you can see the tally marks in the next column. What is that? Tally means actually, yes, that is for the easy representation of the values, or not to get confused, we have used the tally marks. And it is what? Yes, through the number 1, like it is represented. And here we can see we have to put, yes, according to its values. The first we can see the mark, 1 mark, the tally mark is also 1. 2 means you have to put 1, 1. Isn't it? Here 2 value repeats 4 times. So in the tally marks columns, it is written as 1, 1, 1, 1. 4 times we have to write the value 1. And in the same manner, the number 3 repeats 2 times. So how many 1 will be there? Yes, 2, 1. And the next one we can see the 4. The number 4 repeats how many times? 5 times. So how we can represent that? In a tally mark, after 1, 1, 1, 1, that is after 4, what we have to do? Yes, we have to strike it out that the next one is 1, 1, 1, 1 dash. The whole number, the ones like slanting, we have to cut it. Right? And the next one we have to start as in the what? Next one. Right? So 4 times we have to write number 1, and the 5th one means that whole dash. Yes, as a slanting 1. And again we have to start 1, 1, 1, 1. Again after 4, 1, we have to what? Slash. That is 1. So in this manner, we have to what? Put the tally marks for the various values given in the raw data. So children, this is the manner through which we can represent the what? Total marks in the frequency table as well as the tally marks column also. So understood, children? Yes. Next we can see the grouped frequency distribution table. So what's the difference between that and this one, children? Here we can see the values or the range of the data is large, right? When the range of the data is large, the data must be grouped into classes. Here we can see not the maximum number is 1 or 10. Here we can see the range is the what? The minimum value is here 41 and the maximum value is, what is the maximum value here? Yes, we can see what is the maximum value? 1. Yes, 1, 2, 5. Isn't it? This is the maximum value in this data also. So the minimum value is 41 and the maximum value is 125. So what we have to do for this? If the range is given or the range of the data is large, we have to group them into classes. So what is this class? Let me explain about the class and after that we will do that using other examples. So here the class boundary means it's given by the midpoint of the upper limit of one class and the lower limit of the next class. It is also known as the class limits. So children, what is this? Yes, the class boundary means it is actually, boundary means the meaning of the boundary is what? It's a limit, isn't it? As we all tell that boundary, the boundary is a certain boundary is there. So what it means? A certain limit is there for that. So what are the limits here? We can see the lower limit and the upper limit of that. So here class limits means the values which determines the upper and the lower limits of a class. Right? If the class limit is, see, if a particular class is 0 to 10. For example, I am just telling 0 to 10 means what is the lower limit of that class? That is the smallest data value that can be included in the class. Isn't it? Here we told that in our example the 41 is the minimum value. So that is actually the lower limit of that data or lower limit of that class. And what may be the upper class limit? In our example we saw that is 125. Isn't it? So that is the upper or the largest data value that can be included in the class. So actually we have to find out in the data which are the minimum values and which are the maximum values, and that minimum value that we have to take as the lower class limit and the maximum value we have to take as the upper class limit. So children, is it okay? That means these are the class boundary means it is given by the midpoint of the upper limit of one class and the lower limit of the next class. And what it means of the class width? Class width means it is the range of the data. Isn't it? I told you now that 0 to 10. A small example, 0 to 10 means what is that range of that class, or what is the class width? 10, because 0 to 10 means that is actually the width of that class, and it can be found by subtracting the lower class limit of the one class from the upper class limit of the next class. We will be able to find out the class width also. Or the formula is given as class width equals upper boundary minus lower boundary divided by the what? yes, sum of the classes, right? So class width equals, this is the formula to find out the class width. So children, so far we have explained about the, yes, how to form a frequency distribution table using a 3-column table, isn't it? Yes, and how to form the tally marks. And next we have gone through about the what? Yes, if the data is given in a large manner or the values are also large, means we have to what? How to calculate that what frequency distribution, that also we have explained. And next about the class limits and the class width. So children, I hope the explanations related to all these are precise for you. So thank you children for watching this video.